It can be a devastating situation. A loved one struggling from dementia or another cognitive issue wanders off disoriented. But a technology being used in Allegheny County is helping families be safely reunited. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer reports on a case this morning in McCandless involving a man who disappeared.
A man who was missing and endangered here in McCandless was found by police within minutes, all thanks to technology aimed at helping people who suffer from cognitive issues, memory issues, or special needs that can cause them to wander off.
Approximately 3:15 in the morning, a wife woke up, discovered that her elderly husband had gone missing from the residence.
A scary and sad situation overnight in McCandless, but one with a happy ending thanks to a quick police response and special technology.
From the time the call came in until they had located this gentleman was approximately 18 minutes. So beginning to end, that's pretty quick to locate him.
That missing man was fortunately wearing a tracking bracelet provided through the Project Lifesaver program, sponsored by the Allegheny County DA and offered free to residents whose loved ones have dementia, Down syndrome, autism, PTSD, or another condition that can cause them to wander off.
There's a GPS unit involved in it. Once they locate the individual in the system, the GPS then begins to track that bracelet, give the location of where the bracelet is, and ultimately that's how they discovered this gentleman. Temperatures were cold, his body temperature had dropped, so EMS took him and got, he received treatment for the low body core temperature, but otherwise we hope that he'll have a speedy recovery.
Police Chief Ryan Hawk says that man had first wandered off about a week before this, at which point officers told the family about Project Lifesaver and had him enrolled.
I would encourage anybody who has a family member that meets the requirements to absolutely, explore those bracelets. They are indeed potentially life-saving devices.
Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
All right, Liz, thank you. And for more information on how to enroll a loved one, visit our website, WPXI.com.